Dear children, already we have learned about the male reproductive system. Now we are going to learn about the female reproductive system. Right? The female reproductive system is more complex than male reproductive system. Besides gamete formation, it needs to nurture the kid. Is that right, children? We are from our mother's body. She gave delivery for us. We were all inside the womb and we enjoyed a lot and lot. The more safe and securest place in this world. But alas, we cannot go back again to that. Okay, we are going to see how we were all lived inside our womb and how it was adapted to carry all of us in this video. Okay. So, it consists of a pair of ovaries and oviducts, which in turn leads to a single uterus, vagina and external genitalia. Additionally, mammary glands are also integrated with these and support them structurally and also functionally. Right? The mammary glands in which we all had our milk, the first food for all of us, and it was given by our mother. Okay, so this is also very important. This supports structurally and functionally along with the system. See, let's come to the ovaries, the primary female sex organ. With this elliptical in structure, it remains attached with the pelvis with the help of meso-ovarium. It is covered by a cuboidal epithelium called the germinal epithelium, which is enclosed by a ovarian stroma. The ovarian stroma has outer cortex and inner medulla. Let's see the pictures, children. See, children, this is the structure of a female reproductive system inside the pelvis. This is the ovary. This is the fimbriate. And this is the uterine tube or the fallopian tube. This is the ovary. This is the rectum, this is the anus, and this is the urinary bladder, and this is the urethra. The uterus opens through cervix and through vagina and to the external genitalia. The external genitalia or the vaginal orifice has a cover of labium minor, labium major, labium minor, and clitoris. See this picture, children. This picture shows the female reproductive system alone. This is the ovary. The ovary is elliptical in shape of about 2 to 4 centimeter length. And this is the fimbriae. Can you see the finger-like projection? This is called as the fimbriae. And this is the ampulla, infundibulum, the funnel-shaped structure. And the ampulla in between the thick structure. This is the isthmus, the very thin structure, and it leads to the uterus. The uterus opening is called as the cervix, and this is the cervical canal, and it leads to this vagina. Okay. This is the detailed structure of a ovary. The ovary has an outer cortex and an inner medulla. The cortex has follicles of different stages. Can you see the different stages of follicles here? And inside the medulla there is a dense supply of nerve, blood vessels, lymph vessels and every other thing. Okay, children, let us go to the explanation. So, the ovary are elliptical in structure. They remain attached with the pelvis with the help of meso-ovarium. It is 2 to 4 centimeter long. Covered by a cuboidal epithelium called the germinal epithelium, which is enclosed by a ovarian stroma. The ovarian stroma has outer cortex and inner medulla. Below the germinal epithelium is tunica albuginea, a dense connective tissue. It is similar to the male tunica albuginea. You have studied in male reproductive system also this, right? This is similar to that. Cortex is a dense granular with ovarian follicles of different stages. We saw the picture, right? Can you remember the picture? Yes. Medulla. Medulla is a loose connective tissue with blood, lymph and nerve supplies. We saw the picture, right? Once again, shall we see? Okay. Once again, this is the detailed structure of the ovary. This is the outer cortex with the follicles of different stages, and the innermost is called as the medulla with the thick supplies of blood, nerve and lymphatic vessels. Is that right, children? The ovaries leads to a fallopian tubes. The ovaries leads to the fallopian tubes. We saw the picture, right? These tubes are also called as uterine tubes or oviducts. It consists of 3 parts, namely the infundibulum, ampulla and isthmus. Infundibulum is the proximal part. It consists of infundibulum, a funnel-shaped structure, and fimbriae, finger-like structure. Right? The ampulla is the wide central portion, whereas the isthmus is the last part, short and thick wall. It connects ampulla and infundibulum to the uterus. Let us see the picture again, children. See, children, this is the fallopian tube or the oviduct or the uterine tube. Thus, fimbriae, infundibulum, ampulla and isthmus. Finger-like projection called fimbriae, funnel-shaped structure called infundibulum, a thick structure called ampulla in the middle, and the isthmus a very thin tube. The ampulla connects the the isthmus connects the infundibulum and ampulla with the uterus. This is the uterus. Okay. This is the structure of a fallopian tube. So let's come to the next one. Uterus or the womb. It is a hollow, thick-walled, muscular, highly vascular and inverted pear-shaped in structure. It lies between the urinary bladder and rectum. The rounded region of the womb is called as the fundus. Uterus opens outside into the vagina through cervix. Cervix and vagina together, they are called as birth canal. Let us see the picture again, children. See the structure alone, children. This is the uterus, this structure alone. This is the uterus, it is hollow. Inside there is nothing. It is inverted pear in shape. Can you see the shape? Okay, it is inverted pear in shape. And it opens outside with the help of a cervix and vagina. The cervix and vagina together, they are called as a birth canal. Alright, children. The rounded region here, this is the fundus. This round is called as the fundus. Okay, children, let us go for the explanation. See, children, can you see the position of the uterus here? This is the uterus and this is the rectum and this is the urinary bladder. It lies between the rectum and the urinary bladder.